All right, today's lesson is lesson 13, and it is Thursday, October 29th, and we're going to do more standard algorithm practice. Our learning target today, I will use and explain the steps in the standard algorithm for addition and subtraction. Our essential questions: how do we make sense of larger numbers, and how does understanding the value of digits help answer real-life math problems? So we've got a couple problems on here, and what I would like for you to do is we're going to analyze the steps that were used to solve each problem. So we want to analyze the steps that were used to solve each problem. 7,816 plus 5,436, and we got an answer of 13,252. And over here, 3,020 minus 687 with an answer of 2,333. So we're going to take a look. We're going to pause for a couple minutes, let you take a look at it, and how would you analyze or talk about the steps that were used to solve each problem. We're going to, and you can write down your answers inside of your, write them in your notebook first. Okay, so you had an opportunity to look at both of them. You notice that there's a difference in these. You've got an addition problem right here, and this is a subtraction problem. So there's a big difference between those two. And let's take a look. Now, you can see by looking at the top of this addition problem right here that there was some regrouping going on, and inside of the subtraction problem there were some ungrouping taking place. Okay, all right, so in this first one, the ones column was added up. 6 plus 6, we got 2 right here, because 6 plus 6 is 12, and this 1 should be over here, which makes this 1 and 1, that makes it 2. Okay, so 1 that you had to regroup because you had more than 10 ones. You had to regroup and add this 1 and the 1 together. That gives you 2. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Then you go to the hundreds column. You got the 8 plus 4 is 12. So you got the 12 written there. And when you regroup, you brought the 1 over. And here the person just added the 7 and the 1 together, and they got 8. And now you have the 8 plus 5 is 13. So you have your answer there. So over on the subtraction problem, 0 minus 7, you can't do that operation because 7 is bigger than the 0. So that means you go to the next place value. We went to this tens place. So went to the tens, and the person here, they took away one of them group of tens because you had to ungroup it, and that leaves 1 left. Okay, and then there is a 1 that you brought over to the ones that made that made it 10. So now you have 3, and over here originally you would have 1 minus 8, which you couldn't do. So you had to go to the next place value to try to ungroup, but you couldn't. There's a 0. Then you go to the thousands place, and you take 1 group of thousands away, so that makes that a 2, and you come over here, that makes that 10. And now you're able to take from this 10, which means that becomes 9, and you have 11 over here because you put that 1 beside the 1 that was there. So 11 minus 8 is 3, 9 minus 6 is 3, and 2 minus nothing is right here, is 2. All right, so we got another couple of problems that we want you to work on. Let's go here. You can go and write them in your notebook. 57,816 minus 25,436. So we're solving these using standard algorithm, and I want you to go and write them in your notebook and solve that one. Write that one down. And next, you can pause this video as often as you like. There's one more. 34,020 plus 13,687. So I want you to write both of those down in your notebook and go on and use the standard algorithm to solve those as best that you can. All right, and I'll pause. So I've gone ahead and solved using the standard algorithm this one, and it shows that there was one regrouping for one place value, and ungrouping for one place value. So we had to ungroup the 8 in the hundredths place becomes 7, and you have the 11 right here in the tens place. So 11 minus 3 is 8, and you can 6 minus 6 is 0, 11 minus the 3 is 8, 7 minus the 4 is 3, 7 minus 5 is 2, and the 5 minus 2 in the 10,000th place is 3. So double check your work. If you need to make corrections on yours, go ahead and make your corrections. And I've also used the standard algorithm to go in and solve that. The last one here, 34,020 plus 13,687. And you'll see that there was some regrouping that took place, only one set. So the tens place value needed to be regrouped. And you see one group of 100 was added to the hundreds column. So again, this is an addition problem. 0 plus 7 in the ones is 7. 2 plus 8, that's 10. So you have the 0, you bring that down. And the group of hundreds, you have to regroup it over to the hundreds. So now you have 1 plus the 6 is 7. In the 10,000th place, 4 plus 3 is 7. And I'm sorry, in the 1,000th place, 4 plus 3 is 7. And in the 10,000th place, 3 plus 1 is 4. So 47,707 is your answer. So for those same problems, the same 3 problems, I want you to go in and use the expanded notation. Use the expanded notation for each of them and solve them that way. Okay, so your independent work is going to be on page 169. So your independent work is on page 169 in your binder. And I've got for instructions, complete all, and I've got all in bold because I want you to do everything on page 169. Complete all of page 169 in your binder, then take a picture of your work, and I want you to add it to this assignment on Google Classroom before you turn it in. Okay, and this is all going to be about explaining standard algorithm and what each person does. So Peter, Jeff, and John each perform a subtraction problem incorrectly as follows. And you would, in your book, you would have the rest of the page on your book to finish reading it to solve the problems. Okay. Our next slide is our last one. So task number 1 is to go in and complete all of page 169. And remember to take a picture of your work and attach it to the assignment before you turn it in. And our next task is going to be continue working on Khan Academy, the adding and subtracting multi-digit numbers. Okay, so I've made a slight correction I made a change on this one. Okay, so I previously had Khan Academy on here, but I want you to work on Dreambox. Okay, so I want you to work on Dreambox as your second task to do, and remember to complete at least 5 lessons by Friday. So remember to complete at least 5 lessons by Friday in Dreambox.